building an indie business in the center of venture capital. I am Alex Edmonds. People on the internet call me Supreme Rumham, and this is the Building an Indie Business podcast recorded in the Indie Business Studio. Okay, so today I want to talk about the podcast and where we're headed. It's a new era of the podcast, and I want to talk about what's to be expected, what you'll see, and things like that, and why I'm talking about this. Okay, so let's get into it. So I created a new logo for the podcast, and I tweeted it, and I said, a new era of the podcast. And I was kind of joking, but I was serious, sort of, and so I thought I'd talk about it. So first of all, what I meant was that I just changed the logo, right? So I think I've had 4 logo changes. So there's the basic one that I created, which was just text. There's the one I had with my face. There's the third one where Brendan designed that. I'm sorry, dude, I have to change the logo. And there's now this one. And I called this one the e-commerce era. And the reason why I called it the e-commerce era, because yeah, I've worked in e-commerce before with the book, but this is like strictly e-commerce. I'm talking about e-commerce. I'm talking about e-commerce development, how to grow your e-commerce store, things like that. So I would say the first era is me like doing basic web development. And then the second era was me, talking about podcasting and writing the book. The third era was the like revenue research and me trying to figure things out. Like revenue research, domains, finance. And now the fourth era is e-commerce, and this is the most interesting era because a lot of things are going to change. So first it was just the logo, and there's the reason why I changed the logo. And the reason why I changed the logo is because now the podcast, the Building an Indie Business podcast, has its own dedicated YouTube channel. So before that, I was just uploading YouTube videos to my own personal YouTube channel, and it just said like Alex, and it was a channel that I had from before. When I was learning web development in 2017 and doing free code camp lessons, I would just screen record me doing the lessons and having the answer up. And I used that same channel to just upload the podcast episodes. And I didn't SEO anything or like write the description or anything. Here it is. But now what I'm doing is very much an experiment in SEO. With Shopify stuff and WordPress stuff. I am SEOing those videos and trying to get more traffic to those actual videos. So what I want is to have like an audio walkthrough of something like on WordPress or Shopify, like how to change your domain. And then I have a now third YouTube channel where now I visually walk you through how to do those things. So yeah, now I have 3 YouTube channels. Yeah, so that's one way things are going to get changed and added to the podcast universe, the BAIB podcast universe. Yeah, and so the second thing is now I've created an LLC, or I'm in the process of creating an LLC for the podcast. And the reason why I want to do this, it's going to be called the Building an Indie Business Podcast LLC. That's what it's going to be called. And the paperwork's already started and all that. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I had to create an LLC for smashing themes and all the Shopify stuff. And so I had to create an LLC for that. And I thought, why not make it for everything? To have like an umbrella company where it's not just smashing themes, but it's, my book, my domain sales, anything else that I'm selling. It's just all under the BAIB podcast umbrella. And so that's what I decided to do. So the podcast is now an LLC. Yeah. What's the other thing I'm doing? Oh, I'm revamping the podcast website. I need to practice my CSS skills. So I'm going to be revamping the podcast website, practicing there. The podcast website will become more readable on your phone because I know it looks bad. So I'm doing that. Yeah, there's the LLC, the YouTube channels, the podcast website. Number 4 would be that I'm taking the future podcast episodes that I will be writing or that I will be doing. I'm doing a bunch of tutorials on WordPress and Shopify, and I'm taking those and I'm going to write a blog post about them. So it's going to go podcast episode, video walkthrough, and then blog post. And the blog post is going to be just like a written version of the podcast episode, which is created into a video. So I'm doing all 3, right? Just creating more content for SEO, for the store. Yeah, so that way I can generate traffic and get sales. There's one more thing I'm gonna be doing. It's what is it about? Oh yeah. This is the final thing, and this is the thing most important to listeners of the podcast. I'll be doing Thursday episodes now. So this is gonna be the first Thursday episode, and this will be the RSS feed exclusive episode on Thursdays, where I don't upload it to YouTube. It's just podcast exclusive. And it'll be episodes like this. Because I have things recorded all the way up to April of 2023, I believe. And so I can't really give like quick updates. So what I'm thinking is like every time like this episode, anytime I really have an update, when I launch the store, when I finish my second theme and launch that'll be the Thursday episodes will be updates, and it'll be random, so it won't be like a Thursday episode every week. It's just anytime I have news. So yeah, there's the LLC, the YouTube channels, the website, Thursday episodes. Yeah, I think that's all I have for this episode. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. I'm very excited to be working on more stuff and, doing a lot more for the podcast. So, thank you for being a part of this ride. I really appreciate it. Have a nice day. Bye.